I want to get to our interview with the parents of Katie Sepich.
Her rape and murder was back in 2003. Police did not catch her killer for several years. That eventually happened, though, thanks to DNA. Her killer was arrested for different violent crimes, but his DNA was a partial match to that found on Katie.
Her parents turned their grief into action and had a major impact on DNA collection all over the country. They still do, actually. And that was part of tonight's focus on tonight's Dateline.
You're going to see a lot of emotion, of course, but also some very inspiring resolve.
Their interview with us is just under 5 minutes, but we decided to show you the entire thing. This Dateline piece was very extensive. There was a lot of information that you probably had to relive as you talked to reporters. What was that like, to relive it all?
Well, to be honest, I relive it all constantly as I'm working across the country to pass DNA legislation. So I'm very comfortable doing that because that's what I do all the time. But remembering her will never be, remembering what happened will never be easy. It was very difficult for our family.
What was it like to fight to get Katie's law here in our state and your continued fight to get similar legislation throughout this country?
We were really very fortunate in New Mexico because the first time we went was a 30-day session, and it was a lot of work because we were there the whole 30 days, talking to people. But we did get it passed in 30 days in New Mexico. Other states have been a little more time consuming. For example, it took 8 years to get it passed in Oklahoma. It took 6 years to get it passed in Nevada. We've worked, all over the country. In a lot of states, we've worked year after year and still haven't gotten it passed.
One of the things you said tonight in this piece was that you wanted families to find justice. How do you feel knowing that there are families who have found justice now that laws like this are in place across the country?
We think that's really important. We think we know that it brings a great deal of resolution to a family when they find justice. So that's important. That's one of the reasons we continue to fight for this. But I think even more important is that we know that it prevents crimes. It stops crimes that could have happened from happening, which saves lives and saves a lot of pain and trauma.
Katie would be in her 30s.
Katie would be, she would be 39 now.
What do you think she would be up to if she was still here? I would imagine she's extremely proud of the fight that you guys have done to bring justice to families. But if you still had your little girl here, what were your hopes and your dreams for her?
That's a real hard question to answer. I really don't know. I would like to think that she would have found a husband. I'd like to think that she would be a mother. But she was a warrior herself, and who knows what she would have done. I think she would have tried to make a difference in this world if she were still here as well.
As people watch this piece tonight, and if they go back and watch it online, what do you hope they get out of it when they watch the struggle you went through from beginning to end?
What we're hoping is that people all over the country will want to get involved in getting this law passed in the 19 states that still don't have it, and in the 13 states that have a portion of the law but not the whole law. We want to see that passed as well. So we really hope that people will get impassioned to talk to their legislatures and see that this gets passed.
I think final question at this point for you, Jayanne, and your husband. We have so many families who are going through what you all went through for so long, waiting for justice, waiting to find the person who took so much happiness away from them here in our state. They're going to be watching tonight. What do you say to them? What hope do you give to them?
never give up hope. Just continue to move forward. You never forget. You never get over what happened, but you've got to find a path to make your life the best it can be. And like with us, we feel like what we're doing is helping other people. And if we can do that and make that good for other people, then losing Katie has some meaning to us, that we are having a better life and other people are having a better life, that she was here and she walked this earth and has contributed to doing something very important.
I would also say that if you've lost a loved one, they would want you to find joy in living. So find joy and purpose every day in living and go on.
It's a beautiful way to end this. I appreciate it.
And it is pretty easy to pick up that Katie's parents turned their grief into action. That's going to continue indefinitely.
They're still campaigning to see other states pass a version of Katie's law, and as you've heard tonight, there's still a lot of work to be done.